one day it was like a Sunday or something like that. And he texted me, he had told me that he had hurt his ankle and he wanted to know if we could go out together and I could just come pick him up. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Well, my mom was like, oh, I want to go such and such, such and such. I was like, Mom, I already got plans already. So me and her had like this discrepancy and I had to just drop her off. And as soon as I pull up on his block, his mom is pulling down and I waved at her and she's like looking at me and she kind of like raised her hand a little bit. And, you know, I smiled and I proceeded to go to the house. So he plays the instrument. And soon as I got out the car, I could hear him playing. I walk up to the steps and I open the door. And there's a little boy sitting next to him. And I had totally forgot about the baby he was telling me about. But this baby was really like 2 years old, which was way before me, so I couldn't get upset about something like that. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching him play with the little boy. But what I don't realize is that it's a female sitting behind me. And I'm like, I turn and look like, okay. I said, hi, how you doing? Right? I was like, hi, how you doing? And I looked at him, I said, well, because I felt like, you know, he likes kids a lot. So I was like, all right, well, let me just let you be. And when you're ready, just call me. I'll be at home. Because I didn't really live that far from him. And I left. And he calls me. He's like, what's wrong? Why you leave like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, for real now, like, tell me why you left. I said, look, you was busy, so I wasn't going to sit there and just watch you with the little boy and play like the whole time. Like, either we was going to go out or he wasn't. Like, why did you, he said, why did you leave? Tell me why you left, like, for real now. Like, tell me what's going on. Like, he said, what's wrong? I said, there's nothing wrong. Like, are you okay? Like, why are you sitting there attacking me like this? He said, no, are you okay for real? I said, I'm okay for real. Like, it's really not that deep. Like, you sitting there playing with a little boy. I said, but who was that female? He said, oh, she was for my cousin. Alright, my thing is, like, the reason why I didn't think, like, oh, that's a lie, because the girl was a big girl. Like, she was big. And she had nothing on me, like, whatsoever. So I didn't feel as though she was a threat. Well, turns out that was the same girl from the club. From when we went from the club the first time. Turns out that was the same girl that gave him the picture of the little boy. Next thing you know, it comes like, it's August. And like in a certain week of August, there's this basketball tournament. My dad used to play in it back in the day. Like he played in it like when it first started, and then a lot of other people in the city, they played. Like if you win this tournament, like you big, right? It's crazy. So even my ex used to play in the tournament. If you got a trophy, if you won it, then you was somebody. Anyway, so I wanted to go to the tournament with him, but he wasn't like really answering his phone, or he was like, I'm already here or whatever. And when I would go down there, like I didn't see him. Well, I went the first night. My cousin went with me. We went the first night. And then she asked me, she was like, oh, you want to go again, you know, the next night? I was like, yeah, we could go. And my mom was telling me, she's like, Janelle, do you have to work in the morning? I was like, yeah. She said, well, I don't think you should go. I said, well, Mom, I'm not really going to be there like that long. I just want to go for a little bit, see how it's going. I might be there for an hour and I'm gonna come back home. She's like, oh, okay, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. She said, I really don't think you should go. I said, Mom, it's okay. She said, you look tired. I said, I am tired, but you know, I still want to go to tournament. Like the tournament was live. So I had just got my hair done that week. I had this nice cute bob. I had this nice little necklace on, these earrings, and like a see-through, it was like a green, but it was like sheer shirt, and I was only wearing a bra underneath, and I was wearing like some leggings and some flip-flops. And if you know me, you know I got a real big butt. So I went there, like I was looking cute and everything. So I'm walking, and I see my sister's friend from college. And I'm going over there, like I see him, I'm about to give him a hug or whatever. And not only is he my sister's friend, but he's also my ex's friend as well. So I'm walking over there, and this girl cuts me off like she cuts in my face. This girl cuts me off in my face like.
What was that you was saying, bitch?
I was like, whoa, who is this? And I looked, and it was his ex-girlfriend. Okay. I looked at her like, I took a deep breath, and I just walked away. Because for one, I was tired. Two, like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's over, and you still popping off at the... So I'm walking. And my cousin is still behind me, and I go over to give the guy a hug. And he looking like, what's wrong with her? Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. And so I'm still keeping an eye out for her because I see like she a little irate, you know. And I'm still looking at her, and her sister that used to go to the recreation center is now big and tall, right? And she trying to stop her like, no, don't do this. It's not worth it. She's like, come on, come on. His ex is just as tall as me, if not a little bit taller. And like we're like the same stature, like the same everything. We both dark skinned, we both tall, but I just look better. I ain't cocky, it's the truth. So whatever. So she some way somehow gets around her sister. Like I'm sitting there looking at her, and I give my cousin like my little clutch, and she gets around her sister, and next thing you know, she puts her arm out and goes like this and hits me on my face. Oh, that was it. Oh my God, that was it. And I was wearing glasses too. I knew I should have been wearing contacts that night, but I was wearing glasses. Boy, as soon as she hit me, that was it. I was punching this. I was punching her. Next thing you know, we fell to the ground, and like we fell to the ground like it was like feet to head. I don't know how that shit even happened, but she was like wrestling or whatever, and I'm like kicking her face and just kicking her. She wound up kicking me like right here. So this was like a little it was hurting, of course. And then like I just kept punching her, like, you know how you just angry and you kind of like black out, you just like you going for and that's exactly what I was doing. So the police had like pulled her off. Here's the crazy thing about this fight. So the thing about this tournament is that my dad was playing in this tournament years ago, like when it very first started. And I loved always going to this tournament. Even if he wasn't playing, he would still take us. And it was always like great because I love watching basketball, especially street basketball. Like it's just something about it to me. The tournament is a Stop the Violence tournament. So for her to come up to me and you attack me at a Stop the Violence tournament, the man who started this tournament died because he was shot over some nonsense. And then for you to come up to me and then you want to punch me and you want to attack me over a guy who don't want to be with you no more? Like, come on. Like, it is for all you females out there that feel the need to fight his new girlfriend or his new side piece, don't do it. You need to fight him because he's the reason why you feeling this way. That's not my problem. It's not the side piece problem. It's not the new girlfriend problem or his new wife problem. It's not. She ain't do nothing. So for you to sit there and try to attack me like that, and I ain't do nothing to you. No, sweetheart. I wasn't talking about you. No, I don't care for you. No, you still ain't relevant in my life because I am a better person than you. Because there's no way in hell that I was going to sit there and attack you because you his ex-girlfriend. Like, what's the point of that? I felt embarrassed to be there, and like I knew my dad's friends were there from playing basketball. I knew it was kids there that I knew. And you come up to me, you attack me. You attack me for what? Nothing. Like, nada. Like, that was unnecessary. Look at you. Sweetheart, look at you. Look in the mirror. And realize that was just not worth it. So while I'm punching her, but every punch I got, every punch is a word. I'm like, are you serious? Over a boy. Are you serious? And the cop says to me, like, don't worry about nothing. I was watching it the whole time. She came up to you. Thank you. You know, whatever. I mean, I wasn't thinking about pressing no charges whatsoever. I just like, okay, this is a fight. This shit is over with. Like, are we done now? Okay, so this girl that I wound up going to school with, she saw it. She saw everything, and she pulled me over to her car. She's like, oh, you got a lot of scratches on your face. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I finally look in the mirror. I had a scratch here. I had a scratch here. I had a scratch here. A scratch above my eye. Like, do you not know how to fight? You don't fight like a claw. Hello? You fight with a fist. Hello? Like, or just don't fight at all. How about that? I'm sitting there calling my ex-boyfriend. Calling him. He not answering. Calling him. Go to his house. Knocking on his door. He not answering. His mom not answering the door. Don't know why. I'm texting him like, why are you not answering the phone? Like, what's going on? He never answered me. So I go home. I talk to my sister. I tell her what happened. She cleans me up. Gives me a Tylenol. She's like, you need to take a Tylenol now because it's going to hurt in the morning if you don't take it. Well, guess what? I had to go to work in the morning. And I had to be here 4 o'clock. I barely slept that night. And my supervisor was like, are you okay? Like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. You know, I just got into a fight. And thank God she ain't know where I worked at, because if she knew where I worked at, she could probably call them and say that I started a fight with her, and I would have lost my job. So the next day, he finally calls me and texts me and acts like nothing ever happened. I'm sitting here yelling at him on the phone like, you can't be serious. You know what I had to go through? And I was just crying. When I did go up to the school and I was talking to him, but I had makeup on because I didn't want nobody to see my face. I didn't want nobody to see my scars. And he said that he was sorry that he didn't answer the phone. He found out what happened. And I guess we kind of made up. Mind you, I was like 21, 22 at the time. Okay. It's 24 hours later. He calls me and says, can I please come down to the school, come to the police station? I said, what am I going to the police station for? He said, she attacked me again. Okay, so oh my God. So she comes there. She comes to school and she attacked him in some way, shape, or form. I go down to the police station. I don't have no makeup on. I walk in there. They like, dang. I'm like, wait, don't get it misconstrued like I lost a fight. Because I definitely didn't. It don't go down like that in my family. Anyway. So his supervisor's there and he tells him, you need to put a restraining order on her so I can get this started to get her removed from the school because there's no reason why she should be attacking you. And she's attacking your girlfriend. He's like, if you don't do it for you, do it for her. And the police officer, he's so cool. I've known him for a while. And he took me down to the police station so I could put in a report. So I put in the incident report. I filed it. And it's crazy because on the incident report, it gives you both people's addresses. I'm like, oh. That's when I found out that she lived around the corner from me. From where I used to live. I was like, oh my God.